Okay, you're gonna have to forgive me because I'm moving. My internet's all jacked up and I am on my phone, so we are doing this podcast style. I am Save Robbie. This is my other channel, Save Robbie Rants. My main channel is Save Robbie, but on here I rant mostly about pop culture, movies, stuff like that. I just rant. And the title of this is Gale Weathers is the Killer in Scream 6. Why do I say that? And why am I rooting for that? Because boy, am I rooting for that. So gather around and let's talk about it. No, no chance. No, no dance. No chance. No dance. No chance. Give me second chances. That's so cool! I won! Yay! Ow! Ow! Now I already know what you're thinking. Gale's been attacked. Gale's a victim. Gale loved Dewey. Well, she didn't so much love Sydney as much. In Scream 4, she actually seemed a little bit jealous. And she'd been socked in the face, twice? But Gale is a character, she's my favorite. And she's somebody who I would not want to see her get killed. And a lot of people keep saying, oh, Dewey died. She's definitely going to die in this one. She's the only legacy character we truly have left, besides Kirby, which I'm super excited for Kirby's character. Really rooting for her to be a more main character and not get killed off. I know we have the new main characters with Melissa Barrera, and we have Tara's character and stuff, which I love them as well. But Gale is a news reporter. Gale, the true Gale Weathers that I love, is the attitude she had in the first and the second one. Then she became more down to earth as things, progressed and the sequels progressed. And she became, especially in this last film, Scream 2022, more genuine and caring. That's not the Gale Weathers I want. I've been very vocal that I love the go-getter in her. I love that she craves the attention and the stories and the publicity and the popularity and all that kind of stuff. So that would be a great overall motive for her to be connected to all of the killers. Now you're probably thinking, well, no, she's been shot. She's been chased. She was married to Dewey. She was in love, all that kind of stuff. But there is something called emotional manipulation. And I would love for these films to shock me like they did in the first scene of the first one with Drew Barrymore, where you're rooting for that character. It's Drew Barrymore. She's a very loved actress and she gets killed. I would love for this film to emotionally manipulate me. Now, when Dewey got killed off, that was a character that, in my personal opinion, he's many people's fan favorite. But out of the three, Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, and David Arquette, he was the one that they were willing to sacrifice because it wouldn't be that terrible. And it really wasn't that shocking. Actually, it wasn't shocking at all that he got killed, in my opinion, because he's pretty much almost got killed in every single one. And when he finally died in the movie, I was like, well, it's about time. Are we done yet? Can we move on? Now, the reason I think Gale would be the perfect mastermind, the perfect manipulator, I would even like to see her. I want you to listen carefully when I say this. I would like to see her as the mastermind of all of the killings, paying off people, getting in. Maybe she met Billy Loomis and his mother when she was investigating the crimes of Sydney's mother. Maybe even do a prequel down the road and see how that happened. So that would be a good way to set up the story of how she even met Billy Loomis or any of the killers and kind of got them to do things, talk them into, even Jill Roberts' character, talked them into, with Jill Roberts, your cousin's got all this publicity. I can offer this, and just really get into people's heads and manipulate them to do things for popularity. All of these motives from all the killers have been popularity, revenge, obsession with horror films, all this stuff. So it makes sense, and it would connect all of the killers together. Kind of what Wes Craven was aiming for in the original plot for Scream 3, where there was like a gang or a cult of Ghostface killers. None of the movies make sense to me right now. That's why I really want these bring together and make sense how all of these killers connect together. And if they all connect, they would need some sort of ringleader. So with that being said, for Gale, perfect person. She's popular. She's easy to disguise herself, and maybe she didn't even kill anybody herself. Didn't need to. And what I want to see in this movie, or even in the seventh one, but I'd really like it in Scream 6 or Scream 2, as they're calling it, with upside down exclamation marks. I would love for Gale Weathers to get away in this movie, and maybe even early on expose that she is a ringleader. And that would lead mystery in this movie, if they do it early on in the film, and then be like, well, who is she leading? And, she's connected to all these other ones. And I would like to see killers get revealed in this movie, and then maybe a cliffhanger of more killers that are still there in 7. And it would really, truly kind of set up for Scream 7 to continue, as it's possible to have so many more killers, maybe even 3, 4, 7, hell, the whole world, a giant cult, so that even after the 7th film, these can continue and make sense of just this big, huge cult following across the world. They could even move into new stories across the world, different countries, everything. But Gale, in this story, is the mastermind of all of it and has manipulated everybody. And people are like, well, she's been shot. Well, Jill Roberts stabbed herself. Let the other killer stab her. You got to sacrifice things sometimes. Make yourself look like a victim. Now, one thing that stands out to me is Gale in Scream 4, before she gets stabbed by the killer, she says, go ahead if you have the guts. That to me in Scream 4, I was like, oh my God, she's part of this. Because saying that to a killer is like, go ahead, stab me if you have the guts. Kind of like you're leading them, like, yeah, go ahead and do it. And it would be shocking, because nobody would really be expecting it. I'm rooting for it, so I'm expecting it, and I always have been with Gale. I'm like, come on, she's a bitch. Just make her character the mastermind. So if she is, I do not want to see her revealed as a mastermind and then killed. I want her to continue, even into the 7th film, reveal a couple of killers in this one, in Scream 6, then move on to Scream 7. And then we know her as Gale Weathers. We love her as a character. And I think we would even love her as a mastermind and a killer, and moving on to the 7th one, because that doesn't remove the mystery of who the other killers are. So you still have the mystery, and you have that like tension of like, oh my God, she's the killer. So even if we know she's a master, there's still mystery of like, who is she in cahoots with? And it would be like twist. It would be breaking the rules, the formula, and it would just have a whole new formula and a take. And I'd really like that, because in the 7th film, if she moves on and she doesn't get killed, you know, in the 6th one after she's revealed as a mastermind or a killer. So in the 7th one, you have that tension of like, oh my God, stay away from Gale, dude. She's crazy, but she's still there and present and manipulating people. That would be a wonderful formula. That way we don't lose the character that we love and know. She doesn't get killed off, because come on, they killed off Dewey. They kill off all these people we care about. How about a character we care about? She actually turns on us, but we still care about her in a certain way. You may disagree with that, but that is what I'm rooting for in this film. Flip the script, blow our minds, change it up. And with that being said, I want to show, they were showing the first look of Gale Weathers in the new film. I love how she's in the flashy, the suit. It's a different color. And I love how they do different color themes with her in the movies, because it makes each movie stand out with her character. Even the bangs in the 3rd one, she's got these looks that truly stand out for her, and I think she looks fantastic. Yes, a lot of people talk about her, oh my God, she needs to stop messing with her face and blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, if you guys don't follow Courtney Cox, she's been very open about, she was starting to look at her face after plastic surgery and lip injections and stuff, and being like, I didn't recognize myself. I had to stop doing it. So she's aging and she's trying to get away from, the plastic surgery and stuff. But even then, I think she still looks fantastic. I am rooting for her character to be more bitchy and aggressive like she was in the past ones. And please don't disappoint. Change the script up. Let's see Gale Weathers get down to the nitty gritty and just be vicious. Let's do it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe to this channel. If you'd like to follow me on my main channel, it's in the description of this video. Save Robbie. Kind of involved in more of a drama, true crime community over there, so might not be your forte, but I will definitely be talking about Scream, Scream 6, Scream 7 coming up, because I'm a huge, huge fan of the Scream franchise. Have a good night or day, whatever. No chance. No.